Hi friends, welcome to Aishusdiy. Today we will make a bracelet project. For that I took 1 millimeter leather in this pearl white color. It's 1 millimeter leather. It's from Michael's. It's a bead landing company and it comes in 3 different colors. So I use this. It's 8 feet each. So I took about 4.5 feet, actually more than a little half of the cord available, so I took that much. And for this project we need this leather. You can use even 2 millimeter leather, 1.5 millimeter leather, whichever is available for you, and some beads that goes through this leather. That's why I'm using 1 millimeter, because I'm using 6 seed beads in this cool pink multicolor. It has the AB finish with the rainbow color, and then a shank button. I'm using the silver shank button. You can use any shank button you want. And then I'm using this tying station for my project. So these, you don't need a tying station, you just need a clipboard or something, so that you can clip and then work with it. So it's gonna be like a macrame knot, half inch knot. So here I folded my leather into half. Okay, it got tangled. Okay, fold. You have to fold your leather into half and then put your shank button through the leather. Hold the ends together. Drop the shank button to the middle of your cord and take it and then make a knot, overhand knot. Okay, just go around your fingers and come back through, and make sure your knot is over there on the top and nice and tight over there we go. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to take my tying station, and I just need one end. So what I'm going to do is, instead of so I have to work from the start. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this like this, but if I do also, it wouldn't be very easy. I didn't think this through much. So to start with, I use my macrame board, okay, this way. I'll take some beads on my hands, okay. Okay, so now I will have my beads in a tray. It's easy for me to pick, and then I'll hold this here, okay, on my macrame board, which is simple. Okay, there we go. This is the two of our leather cords. So I separate this up, and see how I have cut the leather in an angle. It helps us to put the bead through. So I'll do the same to this end of this cord as well. So I cut it at an angle so that it's easy for us to put the bead through. So take my bead, put it inside. I'm loading a bead on the left, okay. So here we go. Put it against your button. Take this cord, go on top of the right, okay, go on top of the right, and then go underneath the right and pull through, just like a 6 half-inch knot, okay, just like that. Now when you pull through, make sure you capture the bead, okay. There we go. Some mistake. So hold on. So here so I'm going to put it again because I want to capture it with the bead. So I'm supposed to go on top of this with the right. So here we go. So take the right cord, you have the bead in the left cord, take the right cord, go on top of the left cord and under it, the 6 only, but this side. But before you pull it through like this, make sure you capture the bead in between this and then pull this through. I loaded the bead on the left side of my cord. Take my right cord, go on top of the left and go underneath the left, and when you're going to pull it, just capture the bead in between this thing. Okay, go over and under and then pull this, so you will have the leather wrapped. Just make sure that it doesn't go out, just like that. Now add a bead on the left, on the right cord. Okay, you alternate right cord, take the left, go on top of the right and then go underneath and then pull through. When you are going to pull through, just make sure that the bead is captured between this number 6 of your knot. So there we go. Just making sure that the bead stays inside the knot and doesn't go overboard. Okay, now I am going to load a bead on the left cord, bring it down, I'll zoom in. Okay, take the right cord, go on top of the left cord and go underneath and then pull through. While you pull through, just make sure the bead is inside. Okay, and now hold it and then pull, just making sure the bead comes in the knot. Okay, see this one, it already came out, so I am going to fix that. Loosen it up and make sure it's inside. Okay, and now this one is inside as well. Now I'm taking my right cord, loading a bead in that, drop it down, take my left cord, go on top of my right cord and underneath, and it's like a 6, and take the bead and put it in between the knot, and then when you're pulling through, just make sure that the bead stays inside the loop. There is a high chance it might go out, so make sure that you loosen the knot out, then take the bead into the knot. And then you can also take one thing and pin it down. And now I take my right cord and load a bead. So I just alternate it and then do the knots. The left cord has the bead, so the right goes on top and under, and then I'm pulling it through. While pulling it through, make sure that the bead is captured in between the loop, just like so. Okay, now I'm gonna load a bead on the right side cord, drop it down, take the left, go on top, and then go underneath the cord and pull this through, just like a 6, but making sure that the bead is captured in the loop. Okay, so just like this I will continue to the length I want the bracelet to be, and then we will not make a place for the shank button to hold on to. Hi friends, welcome back. I did do about this much length. It's about 6 inches, so I'm going to do a couple of them again with you guys. So let me just move my stuff a little bit over here. Yes, and I'm going to thread a bead on my right side cord or leather. Then I'm gonna take my left, go over on top of the right and go underneath, then pull through. While pulling through, I make sure that this bead sits inside the loop of the 6 that I made. So what I do is I just hold the bead here, and then I just slowly pull this and pull this, pull this and pull this to tighten that up. And now I'm going to do the same towards the left. So add a bead on my left cord or leather in this case, take my right cord, go over and under, and then pull through. While pulling through, I'm holding the bead, and then I want this inside the loop, so I take it up. This is how I felt comfortable doing this. Pull this and pull this, so tighten that up slowly, that way it gets tighter and really sits nicely. And one more to my right cord, okay, take my left, make sure the bead sits inside the loop, over and under. See, this is outside now, so I bring this inside, and then just make sure that hold it with the loop and pull these ends. So my wrist size, I wouldn't go a little bit loose. Normally I wear a 7 to 7.5 inches, but this one I wanted it to be tight. So what I would do is I would take it and see if it is tight enough for me, because I have to come here and come and loop it here. So about, say, a little bit more, one or two more. Okay, there we go. And make sure yours is tight. So now we have to add one on the left hand cord. Take the right, make sure your last one is tight. Okay, take the right, go over on top of the left, go underneath, make a loop, hold the bead and the thread cord, and then just move it like this. Now even though we have 6 and plus inches, 6 and a little bit more, I just need some more to go around my wrist. So hold it like that and pull these like this. Okay, just like that. And one more. Over and under. And when you pull through, you have to make sure that this bead goes into the loop. Pull these like this. There we go. So you can use any size of leather you want. This one is 1 mm thick. You can use 1.5 to 2.53 even. Just the only concept is the beads should go through the leather. So if your bead hole is big enough to accommodate a bigger leather, you may as well use a bigger leather for the project, and it will come out beautifully. So any stiffer cord will work. So you can't use macrame cord, which is Chinese knotting cord, or jute or stuff like that, because it is not stiff enough to hold the shape. So that's why we use leather for this project. Okay, I guess now it should be good enough for my wrist. I can check it around my wrist, and now I'm good. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to take 2 of this cord, and then I'm gonna make an overhand knot. So I'm gonna go over 2 of my fingers, and then take the 2 cords and go through the loop that I created. And while pulling it, make sure that the loop comes right next to you. Don't pull it tight yet. Make sure the loop sits right next to the bead, and see if it is nice. And then there you go. Okay, and then I'm gonna make another knot, leaving about an inch. So this button is about 1.67 inches probably. So I'm leaving here about that much gap, and I'm gonna do an overhand knot. So go over and then under, and before tightening the knot, make sure your button goes through it. So just make a loose knot, and before tightening it, and figure that it will go through. Should not be very loose, it should not be very tight, it should be somewhere in the middle. So here we go, and just about making it. So now you can check it, it goes freely, and you can tighten this a little bit more. So bring down a little bit more, and that's about it. Now check it once more. Yeah, it's about right. Now what we can do is we can thread some beads here. On the tail end to just make it pretty. It's totally optional. If you don't want to, you don't have to. I'm threading some 4 beads here just to make it decorative, and I still have some cord left, so just going to make a knot. I'm just separating the cords and making knots only on one cord, just like that. Doing the same on the other one as well. There you go. Then make a overhand knot just on one cord, and make sure it's not way too loose, just about there. Then you can snip off this excess cord. I wouldn't do it very close to the bead. I would leave just a little bit right there. So we have completed our bracelet. So this is how it looks, and it's so pretty in my opinion. So I would do a dab of glue, the Beadalon glue or GS cement, anything will work. So take it and put a dab of glue on the knot here, making sure the knot doesn't come undone on both sides. Okay, so just a dab of glue here and here, just so that it doesn't come undone. That's about it. Let it dry for 24 hours, and then the bracelet will be ready to wear. I hope you will like this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon for notification. I do upload videos every day. It comes around 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good day. Bye.